All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we have got some cool new spoilers to check out today. So spoiler warning up front, that is the entire purpose of today's video. I don't even have to say any more about that. We are going straight into spoilers. Rosetta is right around the corner, guys. I think it's about, what, 1.5, 2 months away or something like that. I think it's very, very soon. So we're going to be checking out these. Today we're going to be focusing on the Runeblade Spoilers. We're not going to be checking out the elemental stuff. I'll probably save that for another video. Excuse me. But today we're going to be going over the Runeblade stuff. Okay? So you have been warned. Spoiler warning. I'm sorry about my throat. It sounds a little off today. It's a little bit raspy. My apologies if I'm clearing my throat a lot in this video. But let's get into this video. Just to give you a quick run through, or give you a quick idea of what we're going to be getting into today. There's no games on the sim, nothing like that on Talishar. We're going to go straight into these spoilers. That is the entire purpose of today's video. I will have everything timestamped in the general description, and I'll have any kind of relevant links that we might need down in the comment section. Okay, guys, as usual, if I miss anything, help me out. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please put them in the comment section below. Let's get into this, guys. I cannot wait any longer. We have to get into this right away. First things first, I'm just going straight from, top to bottom as far as the Runeblade cards go. First up is Splintering Deadwood. We have a 3-cost, deal 7, attack for 7, blocks for 3. When this attacks or hits, you may destroy an aura you control, and if you do, create a rune chant token. Okay, well, I have already gone over one card, if I could get this to go away. I have already gone over a certain card in another video. I will link that in the comment section below. Okay, here's a little bit of synergy, and we're also going to see a little more synergy in today's video. But guys, of course your rune chants are also auras. If you need to pop that, you can, but then you're just going to make another one. So nothing too crazy there. Whatever the case is, you can pop something like Sigil of Deadwood to get additional value from a card like what we just saw, this Splintering Deadwood. Sigil of Deadwood, Splintering Deadwood, perfect, makes sense. Very powerful card. Excuse me, I'm sorry guys about my throat today, I do apologize. This card is a 3-cost, deal 7, or attack for 7, block 3. That alone is already pretty solid. And then it also has the ability to synergize with some of your other effects. It has the ability to combo with some of your other pieces to create additional rune chants. Absolutely, we'll take it every single time. Now, one thing I do want to preface is I'm not saying like, oh, every card we see today you're going to have to include in your deck. When it comes to deck building, you have to pick and choose your cards very wisely. You have to keep certain matchups in mind. But this is one of those cards. I think this will be a very strong card. Now, I will say this. Some people might be thinking, like, yeah, but can't we already do a 2-cost deal 7 in something like Viserai with a Shrill Skull form? Yes, we can. But at the same time, this is a card that can pop things like phantasms and stuff like that, right? There are upsides. Long story short, I do think this is a very solid card, and depending on how you build your deck, it could have crazy amount of combo potential with some of the cards we're going to see today. So keep this card in your mind because we will be going back to it. Splintering Deadwood, outstanding. I'm a big fan of this card. Okay. Next up we have Condemn to Slaughter. This is also a red, yellow, and blue card. This is not an attack action. This is just a Runeblade action. It costs 1. It blocks for 3. Very solid so far. Your next Runeblade attack this turn gets +3 physical. Okay. And look what's going on. Another, you may destroy an aura you control. That's a very common theme we're seeing, guys. You may destroy an aura you control, and if you do, each opponent destroys an aura permanent they control. Go again. So yes, I do think this card is very solid, but it seems like more of a utility tech choice to me personally. That doesn't mean you can't run it, okay? I'm just saying in general, this will be very good against going against any deck that runs heavy auras, right? Like maybe against like, Prism, what do they call it? Illusionists and stuff like that. Any deck that's running heavy auras, because I believe Spectral Shields are auras, right, guys? I'm like 99% sure of that. I don't want to look it up. But if they have, and Arclight Sentinel's also an aura, so there might be some kind of potential there to be able to pop stuff. This card is excellent, guys. Just know that right away. This is an excellent card. Again, it's meant more for tech choices, I believe. However, it is a non-attack action card, and you can use this even in something like Turtle Burst, where you can make your attack even bigger with Dominate. Okay, like with Arcanine Ascendancy. So this card is excellent, very solid. It is a non-attack action card. It only costs 1. It blocks for 3. It has go again. No real downside, really. It's just, but again, if you're not running Turtle Burst, and I will say this too, I should have mentioned this. Y'all, I'm sure everyone who's following the channel by now knows. Of course, I am all in focused on Viserai. So bear with me. I'm sure this will be fine in Florian. I'm sure this will be fine in Aurora. Excuse me. But I am much more focused on the Viserai concept of Runeblade at the current time. So bear with me. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below as to how it pertains to like Florian. I'll talk about it a little bit as well. Okay, next up we have Malefic Incantation. This is a red, yellow, and blue as well. This is a block for 2. It costs 0. It has go again. This one's really cool, guys. It's very similar to Runeblood Incantation, where it is but this one's a 0 cost, block for 2, go again, aura. This enters the arena with 3 verse counters on it. When it has none, destroy it. Once per turn, when you play an attack action card, remove a verse counter from this, and if you do, create a rune chant token. Okay. I will talk about Florian a little bit here, because remember, guys, Florian says if you have 8 banished Earth cards... I'm so sorry about my throat today, guys. I've been having problems with it tonight. But remember how Florian is worded. If you have 8 or more Earth cards banished, you're generating 2 at a time now. Or if you have a Mordred Tide down and you decide to start going off with stuff like this, guys, that Mordred Tide and Florian's effect adds up very quickly. Okay, it starts adding up very, very quickly. But a card like this, number 1, it is a 0 cost aura, so we're searching this up with Sonata Galaxia. This card is very good. Let me tell you right now, this card is excellent. And you get to determine, unless it gets destroyed from an opponent's effect or something like that, of course, you're going to get to choose when you want to do this, right? Okay, once per turn, when you play an attack action card, that's when you're going to do it. So you can save up an attack action card if you need to you know, start getting these all going around the same time. Like, say you play a few of these out at a time, you can start having it all go off around the same time, where you're getting double and triple rune chant creations at a time, and especially if you combo this with something like a Runeblood Incantation. I'm already starting to get goosebumps thinking about like the looming doom potential, like just a full-on aura build for Runeblades. That is something that I would love. I wish it was another class. I wish they had like a Warlock class in the game or something, where it was more like I said, damage over time. And then this would just be so perfect. But hey, for the time being, I'll take it on a Runeblade. This card seems excellent. Definitely more favoring... I'm definitely... How do I say this? I'm a bigger fan of the red card than I am the yellow and the blue one, because of course those come in with... 2 and 1, right, respectively. Like red comes in 3, yellow 2, blue 1. Excuse me. We did talk about this in another one. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to put it on the screen. You can pause and read this if you don't know what this does. I'm not a huge fan of this card. I guess I do have to read it. I'm sorry. It's a 0 cost, go again aura, block for 2. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. When this leaves the arena, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is an attack action card, put it into your hand. I don't like RNG type stuff like this. I have no problem with balancing your deck where it's like 50% attack actions, 50% non-attack actions, things like that. But I'm not a huge fan of this. Just like I was not a big fan of the Arknight Tome or whatever. I can't remember. There was some Oath of the Arknight, I think it was. Or no, the Tome of the Arknight. It was something like that where you could look at cards and had to match them. I just don't like that. I'm sorry, guys. That's just me personally. I'm sure you can make it work with something like an Opt, but we're going to keep going. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Guys, I'm going to clear my throat real quickly. Let me pause, or let me mute for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, my throat has just been really weird tonight. My apologies. Next up is Hit the High Notes. Okay, this is now I'm a huge fan of this one as well, guys. Listen very closely, pause and read this, fully understand it. Hit the High Notes. This is a 1 cost, deal 4, block 3. If you've played or created an aura this turn, this gets +2. Guys, not hard to do for my guy Viserai. Again, I'm sorry if you're more focused on Aurora, if you're more focused on Florian. You guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. How easy will this be to play off, or to play for them? And I'm also not focusing too much on Vynnset. I totally forgot Vynnset, guys. I'm sorry. Please don't attack me. I do apologize. Tell me what y'all think about Vynnset as well, guys. I want to know what y'all have to say about Vynnset. I think this card would probably be very strong in there. But I just want to say this. This gives me Shrill of Skullform vibes. This is the 1-cost version. Okay, this card is excellent. I'm a huge fan of it. It's just a common. It's just a common. And I was talking to one of my local buddies, this guy named Rabbit. I've mentioned him before on other channels. Big shout out to Rabbit. I was also talking to my buddy Dragon. If you're listening, this guy JT Dragon, who's on the on my other channel's Discord. We were talking about this card and some of the stuff coming out. Outstanding, guys. It looks so good. And Runeblades, looking pretty solid, guys. I'm a huge fan of this card. Pay 1, coming in for 6, basically. Excuse me. Imagine you play out Malvereon Skies, and then you pay 1. Let's just say you pitch a blue, right? So it's like, okay, Malvereon Skies, now pitch a blue, excuse me. Hit the high notes, coming in for, or excuse me, actually, not hit the high notes. Shrill of Skullform first. So we're coming in for 7. And if they don't block it, we're creating more rune chance. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Now we have Go Again because it was Malvereon Skies with the remaining 1 resource coming in for 6. And with more rune chance. Like this card, I don't want to say it's meant for Viserai. It's not like a Viserai specialization card. Sorry, guys. It's not a Viserai specialization card, but man, is this card solid. Excellent stuff here. Okay, next up, whoops. Yeah, that was what I wanted anyway. And oh, by the way, Hit the High Notes does come in blue, yellow, and red. Next up is Hocus Pocus. This also comes in blue, yellow, and red. This is a 0-cost, deal 3, block 3. But listen to this, guys. This one's a little different, a little bit interesting. When this attacks, create a rune chant. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this, but it is just a 0-cost, deal 3. I mean, and if you were able to play anything else this turn, it's kind of a 0-cost deal 4, but it doesn't have Go Again. It does create a rune chant on the way out because, you know, it's like, think about in Viserai, say you only have 2 cards. Okay, let's just say you have that Sigil of Deadwood. Where's that? Where was it? Let's just say you have 2 cards, Sigil of Deadwood, and then a red Hocus Pocus. Play out Sigil, play out Hocus Pocus. That will create a rune chant if you're playing Viserai, and then you're swinging in, you know, for 3, and now you have 2 rune chants for next turn. Maybe you're sitting on a reduced to rune chant in your arsenal, something like that. You know, it has setup potential. I think this is just a solid card. I don't think it's insane. I think it's just a very solid card. Next up, we have Runerager Swarm. This one's pretty weird as well. It's kind of in the same flavor as Hocus Pocus. 0 cost, attacks for 3, blocks for 3. If you've played or created an aura this turn, this gets Go Again. Guys, like I said, in our guy Viserai, this is basically always a Go Again. If you can combo this with any other non-attack action card, this is a Go Again. 0 for 3, Go Again. That's going to create rune chance after what we just said happened. Huge fan of how these are shaping up. And I think this is going to make an entirely new Viserai deck, guys. I'm sure it's going to affect Vynnset. I'm sure it's going to affect the others. But again, I think this will change the way Viserai is played entirely. Some of these new cards, I think they're going to be incredible. We'll have to see. Who knows? Maybe it will just amplify the way Turtle Burst is played currently, or maybe it will have we'll have to do a whole entire new path. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, not going to spend too much time on that one, but this next one I do want to talk about. Okay, all right. remember earlier, guys. Quick refresher for Splintering Deadwood. Okay, pause and read this. Remember what it does. When this attacks or hits, you may destroy an aura you control. This might be one of those auras you can destroy. I mean, of course, you can destroy any aura, but I'm saying this one. Check this out, guys. Now, this does cost 1. It has Go Again. Only blocks for 2, but listen to what it does, guys. When you deal or are dealt damage, destroy this. Okay, did you hear that? When you deal or are dealt damage, destroy this. Now, this one does give me Vynnset vibes right away, of course. But listen to this next part, guys. When this leaves the arena during your turn. When this leaves the arena during your turn, create 3 rune chants. Okay, this is something you're probably going to have to combo, because if you get dealt damage and destroy this, it's not on your turn, and then you're in trouble, right? But guys, Arcane Cussing, 1 cost, go again. If you can destroy this on your turn, you're creating 3 rune chants just right away. Really, really good stuff there, guys. Really good stuff. This will be a lot of fun to play with, though I think it is more geared towards Vynnset than it is Viserai. Okay, we got a few more. Now, that one does come in red, yellow, and blue, and so did Runerager Swarm, as you can see in the background, guys. Hopefully, y'all can see that. Next up, we have Deadwood Dirge. Okay, we got a little bit of alliteration going on. Love to see it. This is a 0-cost Runeblade action that blocks for 2, has go again, and destroy an aura you control if you do create 3 rune chants. Okay, didn't we just talk about an aura back here? Yeah, an aura, right? Yeah, destroy an aura you control. Okay, so for 1 cost, for 1 resource, we can create 6 rune chants, and it's all go again. And by the way, like I said, if we're in Viserai, we just created 7, and then we're going to attack for the turn with whatever we have, and now we're coming in, you know, for that much more. And imagine, I mean, just imagine. All right, Magical Christmas Land, because this will happen at some point, I'm sure, right? Imagine you go with a full 5-card hand, right? You got 1 arsenal, you got 4 in your hand, right? Full 5 cards. Mordred Tide, right? Started off right. Got to start it off right. Oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe we do a Gorganian Tome first to start the turn off. Which it drew us right into a Mordred Tide. So then you play out the Mordred Tide, like I was saying, and then you go down. You drop down Arcane Cussing for 1. So we pitch it. Let's just pitch a blue for the turn. Okay, Deadwood. Whoops, hang on. Deadwood Dirge. There we go. We crack that. How much did we just create? We created 2 for playing Arcane Cussing in that example. We created 2 more for playing Deadwood Dirge. Then we created 3 rune chants here and 3 there. Those are going to create 4 instead now. Do y'all see where this could just get silly very quickly? I'm a big fan of this. As a Viserai main, I'm a very big fan of this. And again, I was referring to if you were playing Viserai, where every time after you play a non-attack action, every Runeblade action will generate a rune chant. If Mordred Tide was the follow-up, you're just generating doubles and triples. Where now it's like, okay, just swing in for a 9th Blade of the Blood Oath for like 30. You know what I mean? It's just insane. Awesome stuff. Huge fan of this. It does come in blue, yellow, and red. Okay, and that might be it for now, guys. I know these Rosetta spoilers have been incredible. We will. Okay, I said we were going to save this for another video. I do want to look at 1 card that was spoiled, and of course, if you want to look at any of these guys, I will link Fabry in the down in the general description. If you don't know about this website, guys, where have you been? We do have to talk about Cadaverous Tilling. This is Florian flavored here. Not to say that Florian is the only one that can use it, but that this has definitely got a very Florian flavor to it. It has Decompose. Decompose we've already seen on Felling of the Crown, right? Decompose. When this attacks, you may banish 2 earth cards and an attack action card from your graveyard. And if you do, each hero puts a card from their hand on the bottom of their deck. Okay? Cadaverous Tilling is Decompose, but different, right? The effect starts the same, but finishes in a different way. Decompose. When this attacks, you may banish 2 earth cards and an I'm struggling to talk tonight, guys. When this attacks, you may banish 2 earth cards and an action card from your graveyard. If you do, this gets +2. I'm just so excited, guys. I'm sorry. I just can't contain it. I'm just so excited. These cards look incredible. So this ends up being a 3-cost attack for 8, but it only blocks for 2. I'm a little sad about that. I understand you can't have everything, but this card does, man. I'm telling you what. This is a mythic rarity card, or majestic, excuse me, mythic, sorry guys. This is a majestic rarity. This card will probably only be available in red, but Cadaverous Tilling is available in blue, yellow, and red. Okay, so you will be able to pull this off in a few different ways, and check it out, guys. I mean, even the blue version is a 3 for 6. That's not horrible. You know, it's a little under rate, right? We would expect the 3 to hit for 7, but you're decomposing at the same time with this effect. So really good stuff there. I'm a big fan. There was one other one I wanted to look at, guys. I'm sorry. Let me find where it is. I think there was one other one. No. Okay, this is another Decompose one. We'll read this one, then we got to keep going. So this is a 0-cost block for 3 Earth Defense reaction. And then check this out. Oh, it looks like they put... I haven't noticed this on other cards. It says defense reactions can be played from hand or arsenal to defend. I feel like I've never noticed that on the other defense reaction cards. Maybe I just didn't notice it. Excuse me. But Decompose, you may banish 2 earth cards and an action card from your graveyard, and if you do, this gets +1. So that automatically, those cards we just read, the Felling of the Crown, the Rootbound Carapace, and the Cadaverous Tilling, and I'm sure there's plenty of more cards to come, that makes me feel a lot better about Florian Rotwood Harbinger. Because remember, guys, for this, you have to have 8 or more earth cards in your banish zone in order for him to get this permanent Mordred Tide style effect. And when I first saw this, it's like, well, how do we get cards in the banish zone? Well, we're starting to see now that Decompose is going to allow you to put 2 into your banish zone. Every turn you can use it, right? Or anytime you can use one. So good stuff there. Florian is looking very promising. Next time we do a video, I'm going to focus more on the Aurora Shooting Star stuff with the lightning stuff and the other, all that good stuff. All right. Well, that's about it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to wrap that up real quick. There's a lot of cool stuff left to go over, and there's a lot of cool stuff we have not even seen yet. Which card are you guys most excited for? I'm going to tell you right now, the card, I just passed it. The card that I'm most excited for, actually, y'all might think I'm crazy. I just love this card. I love the Shrill of Skullform Malvrion Skies build for Viserai, and this rubs me in all the right ways. I'm like, oh, hit the high notes, you say. Hit the high notes. 1-cost version of Shrill of Skullform. So okay, rather than it doing 7 damage for 2, this is doing 6 for 1. I'm a big fan of this. It blocks for 3. Of course, I'm going to run Shrill of Skullform with it. I'm going to run this and Shrill of Skullform, because look at the blue one, guys. The blue one's a 1 for 4. That's not exactly horrible when you're also creating Rune Chance along with it if you're running Viserai or potentially Florian. We'll have to see what happens there. It's just very, it's a very attractive version of Viserai. This attacking with auras, playing a non-attack action into an attack action. And also, like I said, Splintering Deadwood in combination with cards like Deadwood Dirge and cards like Arcane Cussing. Wild. Absolutely wild, right? Deadwood Dirge, I guess, that wasn't the best example. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's really more about Arcane Cussing with cards like Deadwood Dirge or Arcane Cussing with Splintering Deadwood. Awesome. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done rambling. You guys, again, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Which of these Runeblade actions or auras or attack actions or whatever are you looking forward to the most? How many Vynnset mains do we got down there? How many Viserai mains? How many people are about to swap to Florian or Aurora? Like, they're just ready to trade over as soon as they drop. Again, tell me in the comment section below. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, guys. Peace.